Okay, we have Patrik Warneke here with Emerald City Real Estate, back for another great interview. How you doing, Patrik?
Great, great. Thank you.
Awesome. So this time we're talking about how to pick your team for your real estate transaction, and this is part of a series. If you're just joining us, we've been talking about real estate sellers in Seattle, and for if you don't know where to start and you feel overwhelmed and you're not knowing what to list your home for or how to go through the process, and you want to just sell your home and have a successful transaction, and obviously you want to sell it for the most you possibly can with the least headache and the fastest you can, then this series is for you. Last time we talked about figuring out the end game and how to set goals and realistic timelines. This time we're talking about picking your team. So Patrik, how do we start when it comes to picking your team? Who do you need on your team, and how do you do that?
Well, that's an excellent question. So you really want to, picking your team is really important because you're going to be working with those people for quite a while, months sometimes. It's really nice to know, or to have the kind of team that's going to work well with you. It's going to provide excellent customer service, and that's really going to be dedicated to your success. You want excellent representation when selling your home because it's really one of the biggest purchases and transactions of your life. And so doing your diligence up front is really important. Um, we, there's some real good indicators as to how to pick a really good real estate agent. One of them is their experience in helping clients through the process, being able to educate you on the market, and providing regular updates if your home is sitting on the market. Planning and road mapping the steps to selling your home is super important. Planning for the unexpected. And, I can't really say enough how important that is. Really, there's so many unexpected things when you're selling your home. And to have really good contingency plans in place if your home's sitting on the market longer or if you run into some problems that you didn't anticipate. So being able to work with somebody that can help you think that through and think about what that is. A lot of times we see that happen with people that are trying to buy and sell their home. They need to buy a home and they need to sell their home in order to buy. And so a lot of things can come up on both sides, and you're dealing with two different parties, right? You're dealing with the people looking to buy your home and the people looking to sell the home that you want to buy. So I think things can get really tricky. You want somebody that can help you plan for that. Also, you want someone that will properly know the market, know your market, know your the larger market, what's kind of, what factors go into influencing the market, and in your micro market, your neighborhood, knowing that neighborhood well, and being able to provide really good comps and information that will help you sell the home. There's also you really want to have someone that's good at negotiations, that's going to be able to really fight for you and provide some really good information in how you can switch your offer, or how you can position yourself in order to win. And so having the experience in negotiations is super important.
And other than a real estate broker, what are some of the positions on a team that you would need?
Zoom.
Okay, we're back. And we were talking about what would be some of the other positions that you would want on the team other than a real estate broker. We know you need that. Who else is important?
So the other, there's some other people that are going to be really important when you're selling your home. Um, it also depends. Are you selling and buying? But a mortgage broker is going to be really key in kind of understanding quite a lot, especially if you're looking to purchase as well. You want a mortgage broker that's really going to do their homework and get you pre-approved upfront. And really, what they do is they go through all your financials and they help create a picture of what your financial life looks like and what you're going to be able to afford. And if they don't do their homework, like if you go to I've seen a lot of problems at some of the bigger banks where someone will come in, or someone will start working with a broker that is, just their 9 to 5, and they don't do their diligence. They don't get fully approved up front, and things start to fall apart. They might have overlooked the fact that that you transferred money in an account, and or you don't have all the funds available at a certain time. If you maybe didn't liquidate stock, or there's just a lot of variables, but you really want someone that's going to do their homework and get you fully approved, so that your deal goes through smoothly, so that you can have a smooth transaction. So you want heavy diligence to provide real clarity and peace of mind with your mortgage broker. And then I'd say, there's some other professions that are really key, like tax professional. You want to know if capital gains is going to be an issue for you, if there's any particular write-offs, especially if this is an investment. Escrow and title, you're going to work with them pretty closely, and I'd say use them to your benefit. There's a lot of people. The escrow title are there to serve you and to help you understand the process and some of those legal documents. And I'd say really use them and exercise them. And as a seller, you pick escrow and title. A lot of people rely on agents to do that. Help them find the right escrow and title people, and that's great, because it's a team that hopefully works well with your broker, and your broker might have had experience in saying, hey, this escrow team is excellent, they do a really good job. Or and there's certain escrow teams that I frankly have been difficult to work with, or don't do their diligence, and it's turns out to be a more sour experience for my clients. So it's great to rely on your broker for some of these things, but you do pick them ultimately. And if you have any experience with an escrow team that maybe you bought the house from that you loved or something like that, that's great too. But you'll be working closely with escrow and title, especially near the end of the transaction. Also, home inspectors, house cleaners, contractors, handymen. Those are really important to pick, and be able to have good service. Like, you want a good home inspector. If you're going to do it like a bathroom remodel, or you have to fix your deck, that's rotted in the back, you're going to want a good contractor that's going to be able to meet your timelines, and that has a good reputation. I mean, there's obviously nightmares about contractors and stuff. So you want to start picking some of these team members early. And then some of you might even be using staging. And so it's nice to have a staging person that you think is going to be affordable, priced right, and does a great job, because it's going to create a powerful impact on your home, in the sale of your home.
And can you give us some tips on how to evaluate these people? You did mention a few when it comes to the real estate broker and the loan officer. How do you kind of evaluate some of these other contractors and other people that you might need on the team?
Well, that's a good question. You know, you want to check that they're in good standing with the Better Business Bureau. You want to, you know, what I do often is I'll go on and I'll look at their reviews. You know, I go to Yelp, I go to Google. Sometimes I hear, you know, nowadays I think it's kind of common knowledge that, you know, some of these reviews are paid for, but I think you can really kind of weed some of those out. You know, I'd look for people that are really highly rated. And, you know, having, you know, that's where again, you can rely on your real estate professional, and it might be a really good idea to do that because they work around some of these people so often. And it's really important to find someone that your real estate broker works well with. You know, if they've had a really good experience with that staging person and they work well with them, you know, or the home inspector or contractor or house cleaner, you know, that's really important. I think, you know, and you know, any other tips I'd say it's really hit or miss. You know, it's people that you know that have worked with the contractor, or you know, professional references are great also. So if you know anybody else that's worked with them, that's great.
Excellent. And you know, if you probably have your own preferred vendor or referral list, do you have some people in all those categories that you rely on?
100%. Yeah. There's a lot of people in all these professions that I've worked with. Some I work really well with, some not so much. And I definitely have my preferred vendors list, and I'd be happy to share that with anyone.
That's great. And I'm sure you went through quite a bit of a vetting process to get to that point. There's probably quite a
Absolutely.
few that you didn't work well with and you had to let them go.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about? This was a really good, really informative milestone here, just picking a team, this whole idea of having a team around you for your transaction and to help you. And I'm sure that makes a big difference. Sounds like it does.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can be very impactful, and having a smooth, easy home sale, they can be very stressful. You want a team that's going to work well with you, like a well-oiled machine. You're going to want people that that you can know and trust to do the job done right. And you know, hopefully it all comes together seamlessly. It's actually when problems do arise when you're really, you know, thanking God that you have a great team behind you.
Awesome. Now, if somebody wants to work with you or get more information on this, then how do they do that?
Well, they can definitely call me or email me at patrick@emeraldcityrealestate.com, and my phone number is 206-920-6540.
Awesome. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Jesse.